How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Dcom debate, round two. We're doing things a little bit differently this time. Different but the same, I guess. But we are on the second part of this entire debate. I think we still have like two more rounds after this. Today's episode, we are talking about Halloweentown versus Halloweentown 2. And I'm fighting for Halloweentown 2, and you're fighting for Halloweentown.
The classic. Fighting for the classic here. Are we not going to acknowledge the green screen we got going on right now?
Yeah, so we have a green screen now.
This is huge. This is big stuff.
Yeah, it costs like a lot of money. More money than I think a green screen should, but we do have one now. So
That's the economy we live in these days, huh?
yeah, I'm hoping that it doesn't look like shit. I'm a little worried that it's gonna look like shit behind us.
We'll
but
figure it out. We're getting there.
yeah, fingers
Look at us.
crossed.
Look at us. We're
Um,
moving on up.
yeah,
Feel like
we got a table now.
feel like the big guys now.
Yeah,
we're
I
on,
feel like we're worthy of a sponsorship with our 48 subscribers.
we're on, that's not bad.
That's not
go.
bad,
Let's keep subscribing,
Yeah. Everyone from TikTok, I wish they would come over to our Instagram because we have a lot more views on our TikTok. But
Not our Instagram, our YouTube.
or yeah, our YouTube.
We don't have
channel.
an Instagram.
We don't have an Instagram.
We actually probably should, but at the moment we have our
There
individual
is a film
Instagrams.
section Instagram where I'm just very much neglecting it.
Uh-huh.
But I do. There is a film section
Maybe we
Instagram.
could hop on that. Get a special thing going on there.
Yeah, I feel like I should get a film section sticker just to put like right here, like a Dcom debate sticker or just something, sticker.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, because I don't know. I don't really want to, unless HP supports us, I don't really want to be supporting them. I'll definitely put something over this while we're
HP. What
right.
does that stand for? Home Improvement.
So we're talking about Halloweentown versus Halloweentown 2 today. And
just lay into the categories.
Yeah,
So how are we doing this again?
So we have a for round two, we're gonna try and sort of tighten up our arguments a little bit more, where we have actual categories where we're gonna be talking about the story and the plot of these movies kind of against each other. Then we're going to go into the characters and the actors kind of against each other. Then we're also going to be talking about the soundtracks of these movies, the scores, the editing and cinematography. And then last, we're going to be talking about just how cringy and corny these movies are, because at the end of the day, they are DComs, and all of them are going to have a little bit of a cringe factor to them.
Yeah, at least a little bit.
Yeah, I think even some of our favorite ones, looking back, it might be a little cringier than we remembered. So with that, you can get started with a Halloweentown.
What? Well, just the story. Yeah, we're talking story plot. I mean, the thing is with the first Halloweentown, you get a cute, simple story. You know what I mean? And that's my main argument coming into this, is that Halloweentown 2 gets a little conjumbled, I feel like.
Conjumbled?
Hey, I don't know words. It gets a little bit conjumbled in areas, like the whole part where like they're stuck in that dude's what is it, when the town's going black and white.
Oh yeah,
and they're in that one dude's
like his house,
and it's a big mess and everything, and I don't know, they're folding socks and stuff.
I don't know. I think that Halloweentown has just it, and Sophie says it best. They have to defeat the bad thing. And that's literally what the movie is. It doesn't really have much of a plot.
In what, the first one you're talking?
Yeah,
we're talking.
Yeah, Halloweentown 2, it takes that super simple plot from the first movie and it builds on it in such a fun, cool way that this movie, Halloweentown 2, is such, or Halloweentown, the first one, it's a boring story. It's not really much. It's a good way to, yes, introduce you to this world, which is what it's trying to do, but the world itself doesn't really look that cool. I said in our episode of Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire versus Halloweentown, where Halloweentown is like 2 blocks. It's like nothing.
Yeah, but
Halloweentown
that's
2,
nice. That's nice for a DCOM movie. Where Halloweentown 2, I feel like they went a
I
little
feel
over ambitious.
no, I think
Yes.
Halloweentown 2 feels one, it feels like a natural progression to the story, and two, it
I felt
feels so much better. Everything feels so much bigger. The stakes feel a little bit higher.
I gotta be honest. I just feel like that, like just right down to that whole like countdown to midnight thing. Like why they're counting down to midnight on Halloween, it still weirds me out, and it feels like uh they just like fill these plot holes very uh lazily.
I mean, so does the first movie.
There's no plot holes in the first one. It's so simple. Like you said, 2 blocks. You can't mess up 2 blocks. And that's and you know,
I don't know. Halloweentown is just, again, it's fun, and I would definitely say that it holds probably more nostalgia than the second one. But I think the second one, story wise, we're just going category by category. I
mm,
think the story in Halloweentown 2 is so much better because it is, again, it's literally taking that first story, but it's making it bigger. It's expanding on it. They're adding more lore to Calabar, who is such a one note villain that the second he comes up on screen and he does the little magic trick in front of Sophie, it's like bad guy. I
right.
can see that. When you meet Cal's son, you're like, all right, well, it's a Dcom, so he's probably the bad guy. But any little kid who the movie is obviously geared toward will see this movie and be like, he's charming. I like him. He's nice. His dad seems funny, like the frog guy. So I think that the story in Halloweentown 2 is just so much better.
All right. Well, I'll say that. I'll say to just kind of wrap up my area on the plot itself. I feel like there was a lot more to the second one, but it was for me, it was a case of more wasn't better.
Okay.
But you know,
All
hey,
right.
I'll throw it out there.
All right.
That's how I
All right. So I guess next, then let's just get into the fucking characters,
okay.
because this is going to be a little bit tricky because
You got a lot of the same characters.
it's pretty much all the same characters. But I guess I'll argue that the characters are better in Halloweentown 2. I think Marnie is so much more interesting. She's so much cooler in the second one, where like, I don't know, in the first movie it feels so much like Marnie's weird, but she's not really that weird. She just likes Halloween, and that's about it.
Well, yeah, yeah.
And then like in the second movie, I feel like Marnie, for one, has the big sister instinct a lot more. I feel like that feeling is a little bit more prevalent. Just where she goes, she feels much more like authoritative and like kind of like assured of herself. Um, her standoff with Cal is awesome, and I don't know if it's because, obviously they got married later in life, but like their chemistry is so good together.
Mm.
So whenever they're on screen talking to each other or arguing or anything, it feels so good.
He's got like a weird little like evil Billy Corgan vibe to him. The Cal too, second one, the one you're talking about, right? The
Yeah.
dude from the second.
I just
Um,
think, and again, I think the
I'll say
villain's
that
better too.
they in the second one, as far as characters go, there was more time for the characters to develop. So you do see that relationship a little more with the siblings, and I do think that that's something that can be noted for
Right.
sure.
I like that Sophie and Dylan actually got some time together in the second one, where like they don't spend any time.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like the first one is very basic. So I mean, it is. I can't argue that. Also, just a side note to point on the second one to give it a little bit of props here. Um, what's the dude with the red hair? He turns into the goblin guy, Luke.
Luke,
Luke,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, Luke did.
He's cooler in the second one. There's
He is,
more.
yeah.
There's character development in the second. I like it.
It's gotta be, it's weird
He's in
because
both of them, right?
yeah, and it's so
Sorry,
interesting
it's been a
because
minute.
prosthetics that they use in Halloweentown 1, when he turns back into a goblin, you can still see that that's Luke, like the
Mm,
same human version of him.
yeah.
In Halloweentown 2, it's the same guy. And then when he turns into a troll, he looks, or a goblin, was he a troll or a
Troll,
goblin?
maybe. Troll.
He looks so much like, he looks like a completely different person.
Mm.
Like, is that the same actor? I suppose we
I
have a
think it,
laptop
I
right in front
believe
of us.
I believe it is. I'm pretty sure it's the
It
same
seems
Luke.
like,
He was also in like a fruit roll up commercial. I'm pretty sure I just saw from a different podcast thing.
okay.
Hey, come on, get those little facts out there. Maybe I'll find a picture of him in the fruit roll up commercial. It was sick.
Oh my God. But it, so I just, and then, talk about
All right,
Debbie Reynolds. I think she was amazing.
all right,
This is the same guy. Wow.
all right. So okay, well,
Prosthetics were definitely better in part
the
two.
well, hey, we're not on to what is it called, cinematography yet.
Sure, we'll lump cinematography, editing, and costumes, I guess,
Yeah,
all together.
yeah. But anyway, so the one thing I just want to say for characters back on the first one, there's side characters that I love in the first one, and that's like all the people that they have to, all like the monsters or whatever, not monsters, Halloween Town, the people of Halloween Town.
Yeah, they don't like being called monsters.
Yes, my apologies. But the ghost that they got to get the sweat from, the werewolf or the vampire, all I loved every single one of those characters. They're very campy, but it's like, but that's kind of what I like about it. It's a charm.
I
There's a
guess,
charm to the campiness.
but I think the characters in Halloween Town 2 just, they feel more natural. Like,
Yeah,
even
they've been together at that point.
but even
Yeah.
when, even the side characters, when, like, fuck, that girl that gets turned into a vampire that, like, keeps, like, rejecting Dylan at the dance,
Ugh,
like,
barely remember.
but she was good. She felt like someone that, like, had been rejecting Dylan for months now at this point. And, like, Cal's fake toad dad, he was great. He was awesome. He was super funny. Um,
Nah.
okay.
Unmemorable. Unmemorable to me.
No,
That's I barely remember these characters. What about that Howlin' werewolf guy who sells them the brooms at the beginning of the movie? Gets them on the
in
broom.
Halloweentown,
Yeah, in
in the
the
first
original
one,
Halloween
he was
Town.
good.
That dude was sick.
I liked real human Benny,
But
the taxi driver, when he turned back
oh
to a human.
yes,
He was
yes.
great as a human.
All right. Well, should we move on? Should we move on to the next? What is the next one? Is it cinematography? Is that the
Yeah,
next one?
we'll just
Costumes,
say
all
sort of
that.
like all the movie making,
Okay.
the
Okay.
the stuff that
Well,
made
with that,
the movies.
just
So
just a quick transition into that. Benny, right away from the first one. I remember as a kid when I first saw Benny, like that stuck out to me. It was cool. I don't know. It was it I mean, it's not like the greatest CGI, obviously now, like 20 something years later, but like you look at it and
pretty good.
it's just cool looking. I don't
Yeah,
even know if it was CGI. I think it was puppet. What?
I think it was. I think it was a lot of animatronic work and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
See, well, that's sick. That's dope.
I think it's not. I mean, it's not cinematography, but we're just gonna kind of say all of the, like, the making of stuff. So it's like the editing, cinematography, makeup, prosthetics, all that kind of stuff. Will just be in this category where
Yeah, because I don't know what cinematography means.
it
So
just means how the movie is. It just means how the movie is filmed and stuff like that, like angles and everything like that. But the prosthetics in Halloweentown 2 were light years better than Halloweentown. Like, when the mom gets turned into that, like, swamp witch
mhm.
thing of nightmares. Holy shit, she's terrifying. She's so scary. And then again, as I was saying, Luke is completely unrecognizable
Mhm.
as a troll. Like, it, to
And
the point where it looks like a different actor.
I do very much remember. As much as I feel like the plot of the movie is so fucking all over the place, but I do very much remember the one guy what's his name? The guy that they're in their house again. In his house, they're stuck in his house. I very much remember him. Um, he had the mismatched socks or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Give me 1 second.
But yeah, yeah. I mean, we'll get a photo blopped up there of him.
Blue
popping.
Man Kuma. His name was Gort.
Gort.
I don't have any pictures
Gort.
of him.
He looked awesome. Very memorable to me in that one.
Okay. See which one I put.
He was a lot of those things were just as memorable to me as ones from the first. You know what I mean? Like the vampire, like the Howlin' guy, and
yes, I think
they
these
might
side characters. There's more to do in this one too.
yeah. I mean they do look like yeah they had some more money to play around with in the second, so they do look better. I mean they're generally gonna look better. Yes,
I think the special effects are better in the second one, which adds to the editing and cinematography.
I mean I pointed it out last time, but there's that goofy ass CGI scene with the Billy Corgan Cal's head up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that was funny. I want it back up there one more time. So that's why we got this green
oh my
screen,
god,
right?
it's gonna be the most terrifying image of his head right behind us. Oh my god, I'm terrified now. I have to put this in. That's gonna be so scary. But no,
It was kind of scary. I mean,
I think that little like time vortex thing that they have to go through looked fucking dope. Um, I think yeah, dude, it was just Halloweentown 2 is edited cool. Like it's a longer movie than Halloweentown, but it's edited very like fun and like briskly. Like it moves, and I don't know. I just think it's shot better. I think it's filmed like it looks better. Obviously, the sets are nicer.
mm,
Halloweentown actually feels like a town when they're there because they're going to like all these different locations and through time and everything. So it's like
I
it
mean,
feels more like a lived-in world.
I know what you're saying, but I still kind of just like the simplicity. The first one is very simple. So I will say that if you're going into watching this again, say you haven't watched these in a long time, the first one is very simple throughout, even right down to um, you know, the cosmetics and everything. It is a very simple movie. Like they were able to use more money in the second one, I'm sure. Because first movie is always a tester. So, I mean, overall, I would I can give that the cinematography looked better in the second one. Everything looked a little better in the second round.
So
However, I'm not that's just because I'm giving you a win on that, it's not the whole thing. You got to understand. Well, what's our next category? We moving on? Soundtrack. There's not too much of a soundtrack.
yeah,
for
there's
these
not
joints.
too much music. I'm looking it up right now. It's Radio Rainbow. It's not reading Rainbow. But do you have anything to say to anyone watching this actually?
No, I
No?
don't.
Okay. Well, all right. So the next song on here was Girlfriend. And then Radio Rainbow again. Do you want to say anything to the people listening?
What is your fake Kurt Cobain looking ass laughing at? What did you direct since Smart House is above you? I'm sorry, did you have your own TV show where you taught kids how to read? Were you on Star Trek? Did you have one of the most powerful scenes in cinema where somebody whipped you? Were you on the Cameo music video? I'm sorry. Who are you? The man said what he said. Oh, who are you? That dumb haircut. LeVar Burton is one of those people you just don't make fun of, like Mr. Rogers and Steve and Bob Ross. They're the untouchables. I want an apology video right now. I'm so serious.
No.
Okay. Yeah, so the soundtrack
Radio Rainbow. Yeah, there wasn't too these,
they're not that big.
there are some movies throughout the DCOM debate where like the soundtracks are that lit that
yeah.
we do need a whole category for it.
Yeah.
But in this case, you
We don't
know,
really need one.
it's
So then
probably mostly background sounding
yeah.
music, just you know.
So the last category was just how cringy these movies were. And Halloweentown 1 is corny as fuck.
Well, they both are. I mean,
Halloweentown 2, along with the story and the characters and how they feel a little bit more lived in, it's less corny.
see, yeah, I don't
The
know.
mom just being like, now that is magic. In the first one, I just yelled into that mic. I'm so sorry to anyone listening. But
Did they change to go back on characters? Did they change the mom in the
no,
second? It's the same
no,
lady, April O'Neil.
everyone, I'm fairly certain everyone stayed the same throughout all the movies except for Marty.
Well, that's good. That's good. See, my thing on the second one is the first one, you can watch it. Like I said, I've said this argument so many times, but you can watch it as just a cute little movie on Halloween. The second one, it's you if you like look away for a second, you're gonna get lost. You might even get lost if you watch the whole thing. I think. I don't know.
No.
There's weird parts of it, and then that's what makes it cringy to me is like when you see the plot holes so vividly.
I don't agree with that. Like, I think Halloween Town is so cringy, and I think like magic, get real, like corny. The when like at the end they're
Magic,
like
get real.
at the end of Halloween Town when they're like fighting off Calabar with like the power of belief, I guess, which get the fuck out of here. So I just, I think Halloween Town 2 is actually like they have to fight. They have to actually say an actual spell in a book, like in order to stop Cal. In Halloween Town, they're just like, hey, you have this big light. Stop it. So that's
Well, I
basically
don't
what it
know. I
is.
mean, yeah, but it looked good.
No, it didn't.
It looked
Dylan's
in
hands
the
were like that, like fake shitty electric, and he was just like, sometimes I just want to. It looked shitty.
Listen, they were both cringy. They were
Halloween Town
they're
one was
both
definitely
they're both
cringier.
cringy. But you know what though? They're not the for what it's worth. They're
They're
not
not
the
the cringiest,
cringiest.
for
Yes,
sure.
they are not the cringiest. Even within our round two, they're not the cringiest. So you know they're worth watching. What I say during
Every
Halloween
Halloween
time,
season,
maybe
yeah,
not in
for sure.
fucking June or whatever it is right
It's
now, July. Oh,
yeah.
Jesus
But
Christ.
yeah, I mean, probably not in July. Although spooky season is just around the corner, so it's almost that time.
I did hear that. I think I saw a picture of a spirit already open. Is that wrong or no?
Spirit usually opens in August,
That would
or like
be.
end of August.
I don't know, dude. They might be going a little
September.
early because we already are July right now.
Dude,
That's
I love
crazy.
Spirit. That's where I got this hat from.
It's a Halloween, man. I like Halloween too. That's like the only
It's my favorite
holiday.
holiday.
Yeah, it's the one I. That's the only one I really like. That's
It's
the only
my
one I really
favorite
enjoy.
holiday. I always request off from work on Halloween because it's like
I haven't dressed up in a long time. We got to do an.
same. We got to do a Halloween episode.
We'll still be doing these in
Oh, I'm
October.
sure we will.
I
Yes,
think,
we
right?
will definitely, and I'm sure
Right.
Halloween Town. Well, one of these is making it to round 3. So,
Yeah.
I guess on that note, do you want to wrap it up or?
Yeah, should we like final thoughts or a wrap up?
Final thoughts.
My final thought is I think Halloween Town on its own, standalone first movie, is a strong player. It's like one that I can see going to the end. I just can't see Halloween Town 2 making it to the end. And I think that's I just can't see it happening. I can't see Halloween Town. I don't want Halloween Town to win. Don't get me wrong. I really don't. But I can see it being a strong enough player to make it to the finals.
I think Halloween Town only makes it because of the nostalgia factor, and I feel like I think Halloween Town 2 is just it's the better written movie, it's the better acted movie, it's the better looking movie, and I think because it's the sequel to the movie that, let's be honest, was like similar to Smart House, is one of Disney Channel's like biggest fucking movies they've ever made.
Yeah.
Like that movie is a cultural phenomenon.
Mhm.
So I mean, sure, will it make it to round 3? Yeah, probably. But it was still fun to try and argue for Halloweentown too, even though I know.
Hey, this one could be close. I think this one
I
could be
think it'll be
close.
closer than we think. But
Mm-mm.
let us know your thoughts below. Let us know if this looks okay. 'Cause I don't know.
It's
This
gonna
might
look.
not.
It's gonna look good enough.
Yeah, it'll look good enough. It'll look better
No.
than my dirty brown curtains. So my fucking poop colored curtains. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, so like, comment, subscribe, follow us on TikTok at the Dcom debate, and don't forget to take the polls.
Mhm.
And trying to think what else. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Where we are covering fucking Xenon,
Xenons,
yes. Xenon, Girl of the 21st Century versus Xenon, the sequel.
Yeah, it's another sequel.
Yeah,
pairing.
where
That's the only other
that's the only other
pairing.
sequels
Yeah.
that we got.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Cool.
yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Right on. Later.